success, write this down. Step number one. Step number one is going to be your why. Teaching the individuals to establish why it is that they do what it is that they do. You see, guys, it can't be about money. How many times have you quit a job and it didn't keep you there because of the money? People will quit on the want for money day in and day out. People will quit on themselves. People will quit on the lack of money that they may be making. How many people know it's true that this isn't a get rich quick? It's a get rich, but this is not a get rich quick, right? So this is going to take depth of vision. This is going to take time, and you need to establish that mentality from the very, very beginning, right? So I help them establish their why. You see, I break the why into an acronym. Your why will help you. Your why will help you get through the tough times in your business. Your why will help you get through the stagnancy, because there's going to be tough times and stagnancy inside of your business. Your why is also going to help you enjoy the higher times that much more. Your why is the driving force behind why it is that you do what it is that you do. It can't be money, ladies and gentlemen. And the why is one of the most acceptable forms of accountability. You see, there's been times, me and Jay have been business partners. We've been working together now for 6 years almost. And there's been times where I've wanted to quit. There's been times where I wanted to give up. There's been times where I was frustrated. There's been times where I said, screw this, I'm not doing it anymore. And it wasn't the money that kept me going, but it was Jason giving me a call and saying, remember why we're doing what it is that we're doing. Remember the commitments that we made to the people that we made them to, right? You should be able to tell your people that your why needs to make you cry. For me, I can give up on a million other things, but I can't look my little brother in his face and say, hey man, remember that opportunity that I told you I was going to take care of the family with? I gave up. I can't look my mom in her face and say, hey mom, you remember how I told you I was going to be a chairman 500? Well, life got tough and I gave up, which means I gave up on you. I can't tell my little sister, I can't tell my wife, hey, look, remember how I told you that I was gonna make our wildest dreams come true. We're gonna travel the world, and you were able to study what it is that you want to study. You were able to open the business that you want to open up. You were able to do what it is that you were passionate about. But we can't do that because I gave up, right? The why is one of the most acceptable forms of accountability. Now, here's the thing, the why you cannot use as a weapon. You see, Eric Worre inside of GoPro built 7 steps to becoming a network marketing professional. If you haven't read it yet, this is not a suggestion. This is instruction to go out and read this thing, right? He says that you need to ask for permission to hold somebody accountable. You need to ask for permission in order to hold them accountable for their why, right? So what I do is when I get somebody started, I say, hey, look, there's going to come a time where you may get frustrated. You may get upset. You may not be grinding as hard as you do. Now that we have established this why, I need to be able to have your permission to hold you accountable on that day. And guess what? As a leader, when they say yes, you go ahead and you hold them accountable. But you need that permission in order to do so, ladies and gentlemen. We just had 4,000 people on the chat right now. Let's go. You need their permission in order to hold them accountable. Now, another instruction that I have when it comes to the why is that you have to have it in sight. I instruct my leaders to have their why in sight, whether it's on in their car on the rear view mirror, whether it's the background to their phone, whether it does not matter. They need to be able to see it day in and day out because it plays such a massive role on a subconscious level, ladies and gentlemen. It plays such a massive role on a subconscious level. You see, we are what it is that we look at day in and day out. We are what it is that we look at day in and day out. So I want you to think about it, guys. How often do you open your phone and you look at the back, right? You look at the back screen, you're like, okay, like this is one of my goals, 30 under 30 Forbes, right? But how often do you look at the back of your phone and you say, okay, right? My why is actually my screensaver, my wife, right? So how often do you look at the back of your phone and you say, all right, at a subconscious level, it's playing, give me 1 second. Hello? Shorty, hold downstairs. Right. Sorry, guys. So you have to be able to see it, right? Because if you don't see it, out of sight is out of mind, ladies and gentlemen. Out of sight is out of mind. So have them write down their why multiple times. Have them become obsessed, absolutely obsessed with why it is that they're doing what it is that they're doing, because your why will help you. So step number one is help them develop their why, right? They have to have a burning passion, a burning desire for why it is that they do what it is that they do. Step number two, ladies and gentlemen,